Okay.
All right, so now we're going back to our main topic, which is when to cut bait and run. Red flags when you're dating. So Janet?
Yeah, red flags. I actually, with my other business that I have, I would actually do simulated dating encounters where I would go out on dates with men, and actually had trained women or men actually to go out on dates with women as well and give feedback about how they do on a date.
Right.
So there's this one guy that I went out with, and we went to a coffee shop and we were drinking coffee, and I didn't mean to do this, but it was actually perfect that I did it. I accidentally dribbled coffee all over myself.
God love her.
Yikes. And?
So, not that you should be doing that on your date, but it might actually be a good little thing to do. And I sat there, and I guess we didn't get little things like napkins like this, like these really cute napkins, by the way, called the Wine Princess napkins. And I sat there like this, and he looked at me, and I said, "I need a napkin." And he looked at me.
Good thing you weren't bleeding. Jeez.
And so finally I said, "Can you go get me a napkin, please?" Or I don't even know. I might even gone and got my own napkin. I can't even remember now. I have to say it's been a while. But I had to basically like spell it out for him to get me one, or I had to get it myself. I think I actually went and got it myself, and I was like stuff all over me, right? It's kind of hard to walk around and get stuff all over you.
Right.
So at the end of the evening, of course, I told him, that he really wasn't being attentive. So it's about, if a guy's not attentive, or even a girl's not attentive, and not helpful, and wanting to be generous with and gracious with themselves with you, then that's totally a red flag. You should totally run, cut bait, whatever he said. So
I think you need to give him one chance for social retardation, but...
Yeah, maybe he just had a moment where he didn't know if he was supposed to pretend he didn't see it happen, or,
But if you are covered in lots of liquid, you should
looked at
probably
him like,
go ahead and reach a napkin.
"Oh,
yeah,
I need a napkin." And
so
he's
you're
like,
doing
kept
the
looking at
backstroke,
me, like,
basically.
I said, "Oh, I think I need a napkin," and he just kind of looked at me still. It wasn't like, "Oh, I need a napkin. Oh, let me go get one for you." It was like, "Okay, well, they're over there."
Oh, yeah, that's...
he said they're over there. Oh, no.
Yeah, and actually I had another guy do the same thing. I was at a party with I was talking to this guy, and I could tell he liked me. And I was empty with my wine. It was a wine party. And I said, "Oh my goodness, I'm empty." He goes, "The wine's over there."
What a dork.
So
Here's your roadmap. Good luck. Don't get lost.
Then I moved to another group of guys, and I was empty, and I go, "Oh, I'm empty." In fact, I think one guy even noticed I was empty and goes, "Janet, you're empty. May I get you a glass of wine?" And I said, "Oh, I would love for you to." And he asked me what I wanted, and he went and got it for me. Now that's how you want to be, is to be noticing what's going on with a woman and asking her if she needs something. Or if you see something's going on, you can say, "Hey, let me help you. Let me help you do that."
Be aware.
So,
My
be aware.
goodness.
Yeah, definitely. So that's
All right. Valerie, what have you got for us?
Well, let's see. I think my biggest dating red flag is guys talking about their exes. Talking about, not just talking about their ex, we all have had a past by now, and...
Probably yes. Unless you're social retarded. And there's our first entrance.
on the planet. So, but, fine, we can talk about that and her and maybe things of that nature, but, you should never beat a dead horse into the ground, and definitely never badmouth your ex, because there's no point to it. It just makes you look sad,
bitter.
Really, and bitter.
and angry. And if you're with an angry person, then you definitely don't.
Probably not ready to move on to another relationship if they're
Right.
still angry about their past. And then, and I'd have to say that instead of bringing up all of that, maybe, you could ask more questions, obviously, about the person that you're with. You might say that, me and my ex did go here or there, Fredericksburg, whatever, and we really enjoyed ourselves. And, recall some of the good memories, for goodness sake, be positive.
All right. Well, up for me. Okay, so my red flags that I chose to ignore at the time Looking back, obviously, bad call.
You knew there were red flags, but you ignored them. And
Oh, honey, we all do that.
Yes,
Oh,
yes, of
guilty.
course. Okay, so my big red flag, if he has more ex-wives and kids than could fit on one hand, run. Not gonna work out with you. Not gonna happen.
Oh, no.
Okay, so that's my number one big red flag. Number two, if he's all flash, no substance, and you'll get that pretty quick if he is, because he'll have an excuse for everything that he cannot do, or why he didn't do this, or why he didn't do that, or blah, blah, blah. So if all the money he has is in his pocket, that's not good.
With a giant clip on it.
And he's trying to brag about.
Right. And he's real
showing off.
flashy, and he's got all these things that just don't add up.
They don't, probably.
Yeah, it adds up to does not compute. Yes, keep going. And if he only has a personality when he's drunk,
Oh, no.
and he can't make friends or talk to people, yeah, that's another red flag. I had a big list. Let me see if I've missed any.
A huge one.
Oh, if you're out with him and lots of girls come up and hit him and call him names, that might be a red
Oh
flag.
my God.
Like what? Like a bitch slap?
Like, asshole,
Oh my God.
why did you call me? We had such a great time last night.
Oh, I would,
Or whatever.
I would excuse myself immediately, go to the restroom and never return.
Right. So if he says he's going to be somewhere and never shows up, that'd be a red flag. Or he shows up several hours or days late. Again, not good. No, I'm telling you, I haven't fallen for every single one of these.
Thank God, I was about ready to smack her back.
Oh my.
No, but I'm just saying, these are some red flags. I've fallen for one or two of them. I do admit that. So, if he's mean to the wait staff, if he doesn't pay in
No,
like any sort of currency you're familiar with, like if he has to barter, not good.
Karen will do the dishes for 45 minutes. Ready, go.
Right. So, and I think the number one red flag is if you get a gut feeling that says, hightail it out of here, sister, you should hightail it out of there. So,
True, go with your gut. I so agree.
Always
with that.
go.
yeah. So those are some of the red flags I had and hope to never have again that I didn't listen to always immediately.
Yeah.
Eventually I did. And you know, there are all sorts of learning opportunities that you have.
right.
So there you go. Those are the ones that I personally learned from.